Hi, I'm James,
And I'm Grace.
and welcome to the James and Grace Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you
all
like.
right. Okay, this one's called "How Old Is Too Old."
Hmm?
Yes. Look, I see a lot of older expats out here with really young Filipinos.
Mm,
But how old is too old? Well, I think as long as you don't need help to get around and you're not plagued with a lot of health issues,
mm,
I don't see nothing wrong with a young Filipina and a expat, an older expat being together. You know. When I say younger, this is a disclaimer. When I say younger, I mean in their 30s or 40s.
uh,
Their 30s or 40s. Because they need time to mature.
oh,
They need time to experience life. And if 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 they if they're just out of high school, they won't have that. They won't have the experience of being a good wife or a good woman for an older man. You know. So I really think that's what I really think. That if they're too young and they're in their 20s and stuff like that,
mm,
then let a younger person be with them.
oh.
Let a younger
So
person.
you see here, two old foreign, they have a younger Filipina
Yes.
with their young Filipina.
Yep.
Oh,
But sometimes they be too old.
mm.
Sometimes they have a lot of ailments. They have a lot of stuff that's wrong with them, and then the Filipina ends up being a caregiver. Yeah,
Caregiver.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And nobody wants to constantly wait on somebody hand and foot
uh,
when they supposed to be a couple, when they supposed to be going out doing stuff. You know.
that's they just like the old foreign man, they just to have young Filipina.
Yeah,
Yeah, they like.
yeah. But if they want to be with somebody that's really young like that, if they're in their 70s and they want to choose up on a 20-year-old Filipina, then if that's what they want, they can go ahead. But I'm gonna tell you, it's probably not gonna end right. It's not gonna
Mm,
end good. She's probably gonna move on, and he's gonna be out there by himself.
mm,
So you don't need that.
when we went down there, the immigration, I saw foreign, old foreign with their not young,
Yeah,
like 40 plus
yeah.
women like
Like
that.
like that. That's at
Mm,
that age. They're old enough to
yeah.
to to know what they got to do. They know what they got to how they need to help you.
Uh-huh.
And if they want to be a caregiver, they can do it. They can do that. If they're older. But if they're young, if they're real young, why take they innocence away from them?
Mostly I saw like that couple or a partner too old and young, mostly in mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly in the malls.
Yeah.
That's why I usually see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they be walking around just fine with each other.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm telling you, when you that old, when you like 70 or 80 years old, you a little too young and trying to start a family. But the only thing with an older Filipina is mostly she's got children. She got children,
Mhm.
and you need to bond with her children. You know
Mhm.
that's the best way. If that's the only way you can get out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, in Philippines, Pinay mostly like 35, 30 or 35 and up, they have already kids.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
So they can handle family.
Yeah. You got to be able to bond with her kids, you know. You know, so if you can't bond with the kids, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It really is not. You know, so.
But they happy together, you know, young and not too old.
Yeah, they happy for the moment, but
I like to see them, you know, because they cute.
yeah, yeah. But once something starts happening, once something goes down, that's it.
Yeah.
Then, you know, some of them are dedicated enough to hang in there with their partner, their old partner, but a lot of them, they go out and play, then come back, you know, and just be there to take your money, you know. So I don't know, man. But like, how old is too old? I can't give you a number on that, you know. The only thing I'm saying is that if you're too old, you can't get around, you can't move, if you that old like that.
But some Pinay here, like 30, 35 and up, they don't have kids yet. You know, they single without kids.
35 and up?
Yeah, sometimes they don't have.
But they can't have children, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
maybe it's gonna be a problem to the
man
or a woman.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, because it could go either way. It could either be the man's problem or it could be the woman's problem. You know? So, I don't know, man. Well, everybody, that's it for me. like I said, I can't give you a number. I can say, but I can't say, like, if you're 90 something years old, I give you a number 90. If you're 90 something years old, that's it. You know, that's it. So don't try to have kids.
How the 90 move?
No, but some 90-year-olds, they're normal.
They
So,
still strong.
Yeah, they're still strong. But a man can still produce children.
Yes.
He can produce children all the way up until 100, maybe. You know, so. So, but I wouldn't advise no one to have any kids, you know, especially after you get in your 60s or something like that. That's it then. But you can do what you like, okay? You're your own person. You know, I'm just a vlogger, just stating my opinions, you know. All right. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
leave us a comment if you like.
All right. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time we drop another video. All right. And share. Share our videos with your family. Share videos with your friends. Share videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Broke your eyes. All right.
I'm all right.
Peace. Adios. Salamat.
Salamat.